Hi, this is Lori. I'm doing a health update. I should call it Lori's Health Adventures Discussion in the Bathtub. Okay, it's been crazy, and I've done a vlog before on my health, so this is kind of continuation. In Wisconsin, they discovered I had gallstones because I was having really bad abdominal pains, excuse me. But instead of taking care of the problem, they decided they needed to do other tests, like, they wanted to stick a scope down my throat and look for ulcers and other things. So they didn't take care of the problem. So, and then I broke a tooth and couldn't make a dentist appointment till like several months later. So, I'm in Michigan with really bad abdominal pains and feel like vice grips squeezing my jaw, because it's infected, the tooth is, or it goes from that or up the side of my head, because the tooth is a molar that's on the upper side right next to my sinuses. Yeah. So, I don't have insurance yet, but I went ahead and one night went to the emergency room for my stomach, and the doctor there said, well, it's definitely your gallbladder. You need to have that removed. Get a surgeon. Go home. Great. So I went home. Well, I ended up with 2 visits to the emergency room. And the second time they were a little more helpful and gave me the name of a surgeon and stuff like that. So I called, and as far as the dentist goes, I had been to the dentist earlier here at a clinic. It's like a sliding scale, and they do $40, when you visit, kind of thing. And thankfully, I'm poor enough that I don't have to pay more than that. Funny to say that. Anyways, so so the dentist says, well, since I have, and I say this wrong, forgive me, I call it atrial fibrillation. I think I'm saying that wrong. The lower beats of my heart are off. When I had trouble with it before, I had gone in the emergency room because my heartbeat was racing for 7 hours, and then there was this big slam of pain in my chest, and then I went to the emergency room. By the time I got there, my heartbeat was normal, so the EKG was fine, but the blood test showed that I had had a small heart attack. So I was told I had a heart attack, but then they don't like to say you have a heart attack when you're my age. I know. So the angiogram doctor told me it wasn't a heart attack, but obviously I had problems with my heart, so he checked, nothing wrong there. So I went to a heart specialist, and then that's when they found the atrial fibrillation. And she burned 13 spots on my heart. And then, I was on their financial plan that was in Missouri, so no insurance. I'm not sure if that's why even when I still had the offbeats on the next cardiogram, she said, oh, you're fine, go home. And, yeah, no information on what I should and shouldn't do, no medication, just, that's, oh, you're fine, go home thing. So then in Wisconsin, I got all kinds of weird information, like I'm not supposed to be on certain medications, ibuprofen being one of them. So I tried to avoid that, and I found out here from another doctor, that only applies if you're on heart medication. It's crazy. Then also when I was in Wisconsin, they found the gallstones. They said my liver was a little too large from probably fatty area. And recently I was looking that up and found out that the liver and the gallbladder are, affect each other. So that makes sense. And so no birth control pills, I wasn't supposed to take ibuprofen, all this crazy stuff. And then, yeah, so now I'm here and trying to get this done. The dentist didn't want to work on my teeth for 2 reasons. One is he needed one of their main dentists to do it because it's right next to a sinus, and no dentist of theirs will do it till I get a doctor release form. I don't have a doctor. So I finally get this. So in the emergency room, I said, can you sign this release form for me? And they said no. So then I went and saw the surgeon. I got an appointment right away, thankfully. I'm still haven't been worked on, but they're scheduling me in, I hope, next week. We'll see. And I was asked and the surgeon had a time and a half. He calls Wisconsin to get well, they already had my forms from the hospital, but my sonogram for the gallbladder was missing. So he called them to get that, and they said that they don't send that. So he was really ticked off, but thankfully he's going to work with me anyways, and he was nice about it. I was just like, I heard him going off on the phone. I'm like, sending, you know, positive thoughts so that good things can happen. And my phone just made a noise. I'm going to see if everything's okay. Okay, so it's not the camera. That's good. Anyway, so so I asked him for a release form for the dentist, and he said, no, I have to have a doctor do it. So I drove down to Holland again. The dentist is in Holland. It's a little drive away. And because they needed, they wanted my medical papers as well. Wisconsin said they would fax it to them. Springfield said they had to have me sign a release form. The clinic said I had to go down there personally to sign the release form. So I'm like desperate to get this tooth out because I'm also downing pain pills. The doctor gave me some, the dentist gave me some, they don't work. The only thing that's working is I have a very high dosage of ibuprofen. And I'm like, great, I'm going to ruin my kidneys while I'm getting everything else worked on. That's not cool, I don't want to do that. But I can't really function when I can't, you know, it's just like gripping pain. So I want to get this done fast. So I went down there to see what I could do and maybe push them into going ahead and taking my tooth out. The dentist wrote me a higher prescription for another pain med that didn't work. And he had written me a amoxicillin, you know, antibiotic, to get the infection. And I think that cleared up a urinary tract infection. It hasn't cleared up the tooth. So he's written me another one for that. I don't really want to go down all these medicines. I just want my tooth out. And it's broken. I don't think it can be repaired. It's just hurting me. And it's all the way in the back. You know, it's like, please just take this thing out. But no, they have to have the release form from my doctor. I even offered to sign a waiver. Nothing's working. But while I'm down there, one of the nurses was very helpful, or dentist assistants was helpful, and suggested I see one of their clinic doctors. And I didn't even have to leave the office. They were able to make an appointment for me right there. Now, just like their dentist appointments, they're not for like another 2 months. So that's why I just walk in, because otherwise I'd have to wait months. So what they just kept making phone calls, and because they're like, she just needs this release form. She doesn't need all this medical stuff done. And they finally made an appointment for me. So next week, looks like I'll be getting this stuff taken care of. I hope. Get some of my energy back. One of the pills they gave me was anti-nausea medicine, and that makes you sleepy. I took it, I think, twice because I forgot that it makes you sleepy, and it didn't really do anything for me, except make me sleepy. Oh yeah, and it made me nauseous. Kind of opposite. So pretty much just using the amoxicillin and the ibuprofen for now. And hopefully I'll get to stop all that, be done with it, and get my energy back, and be able to do more. Like around the house, I'll just clean one thing and then I gotta go take it easy. And that's irritating. You know, you just want to get stuff done. So that is my health adventures. I'm always amazed how complicated the simplest things can be. That's okay. Like my dad said, I have a story now. Alright, I hope everyone has a good day and doesn't go through this. Alright, and if you do, you're not alone.